wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
A guy, a blast from my past, just lightning strike hits my head because I'm at the gym. The lightning will strike your head at many points in time. It's going to be the shower, the toilet, or at the gym when you're doing nothing else. And then all of a sudden your brain opens itself to the universe. Wha-bam! Remember this guy? How the fuck did that get into my head? So with the wonderful instances of technology and the internet, I looked him up and it's great. Oh, he was an enemy of mine. He was definitely an enemy of mine. And I don't want to go into the details, but the guy was a fucking scumbucket. Wasn't a boss. And I wish I could tell you the story, but I'm not going to. But this guy's trying to fuck me over. I was a younger man. He's older. Not in a sexual sense. Just out of nowhere, like, why me, right? What the fuck did I do to you? Well, I had the girl he wanted. That's the short version. I'm like, what's happening to that guy? I looked him up. Failed as in his industry. A fucking nobody. A fucking loser. Right? And gosh, 30 years ago, whatever it was. No, not that long ago. 20, 25 years ago. You know, I was the dumb young kid and he was the established seasoned elder. Not that much older, just like he was way more established and wealthy in a position of power. I'm your typical dumb 23-year-old idiot just trying to get by. And this fucker, this son of a bitch. Anyway, not having the acumen I did today, I should have realized based on where he was based, he was a poser. Based on the field and profession he was in, he wasn't successful. Surprise, surprise. He's not. He's a fucking loser. He's out doing other shit. And thank you to the wonders of the internet. But I got to thinking about how people like that, actual enemies of mine, even did a video on it. Have you thanked your enemies? Because without dickheads like that and people I dated and bosses I would not have the success I have today if it weren't for those people. And then it reminded me of these privileged, I don't mean that a Republican rich, but just these privileged fucking obedient assholes. These popularity conforming assholes that would come in and think and critique that there was something wrong with my anger and rage, right? Forget that I had every right to be pissed off, angry, because you're poor. And for those of you who were poor, for those of you who actually went hungry, lived in the cold, you know, you only got so much of a fuse, right? If you're pretty privileged princess of Edina, your fuse is 85 yards long. If you ain't got nothing, you got no backup, nothing, no parental support, nothing. Your fuse is this short because the real world just takes it all. You got to go to work. You can't afford heat, can't afford food. And it's not even necessarily privilege, but just these people that had backup, you know, that had parents that kind of helped them out a little bit. They weren't worried about food. These pretentious little conformist assholes. Just chill out, bro. Just chill out. Why are you so angry? You know, you got some anger issues. You know what that does to someone who's already got a short fuse? Shortens the fuse even more, gives him even more anger and rage. And no fucking joke, I swear I would love, just as much as I would love, to punch someone in the face as hard as I fucking could. And say, must be nice. And then they woke up in the hospital. There was a blur of Scandinavian Jewish Spaniard that just took my entire line of vision full, and then I passed out. Now my arm is broken. My face is rearranged. Can't all be like you. Must be nice. What? And then they woke up in the hospital, unable to walk. And you fuckers, you genuinely unknowing privilege, by the real use of that word, not the Democrat political use of the word. Chill out. Why don't you relax? Why are you so angry? Pow. Well, I don't know. And then they woke up in the hospital again. But then it dawned on me. One, nearly all my success, all of it was pure 105 octane anger, hatred, rage, and revenge. You guys are lucky. Society is lucky I channeled it into productive measures. Some people just commit crime. I could see it. Oh, there was one time I reeled back and punched someone. Dude, I could have been in jail. They decided not to press charges, thankfully. I mean, Cappy could have just been on that side of the law. He could have. I understand why poor people might be a little bit more violent. I get it. Because your fuse is that much shorter. And he's fucking, just relax. Why you relax? Why don't you be like me, a little bitch over from West Bloomington that has all the money? Why don't you relax? Yeah, I'm going to hop in my fucking paid for Lexus and drive off. You got anger issues. You thought I had anger issues before. Go fucking Super Saiyan rage, anger, hatred, Cappy. Me with big old white fro. And the other thing I realize is the vast majority, especially you younger people today, with the inflation we had, there's more of you younger, poorer, shorter fuse kids out there. And what fucking infuriates me more than everything else, and it should infuriate your kids, but you guys might be too young to realize it, is when these assholes lie to me the entire time. Whether it was baby boomers, marketers, like, oh, you should be popular. Do the popular thing. I did well, it's not the coolest popular thing now. You got to, why are you so angry? Constantly trying to achieve these goals and objectives that were more or less thoroughly ensconced and determined by America's fucking cult religion of popularity. Well, you didn't do that. Oh, did you get your 4.0? Did you go? Okay, now you get wait, got to put in your dues. Got to put a price on education. Just pull up your bootstraps. Oh, yeah. I'm surprised there's not more young people just outright committing violence right now, which I do not endorse. I tell you, listen to me, young people, and forget you old people, you lying conformist pieces of shit. Hey, old people worrying about, I don't have enough money. You got this, bro. Bootstraps, bro. Just chill out, bro. Why can't you just chill out, bro? Why can't you chill out, Becky? Because your dad failed because his fucking real estate empire was a house of cards? Oh, no, you got to work for a living? Just chill out. You got this, Becky. Don't commit crime, okay? This isn't a secret. Donovan Sharp, I talked to Donovan one time, and he's talked about how he has a criminal record because he assaulted somebody. And I called him up. I said, hey, I got a question, which I kind of already knew the answer to. I said, when that guy fucking mouthed off to you, like you didn't just punch the guy for no fucking reason, right? Like he had it coming, right? He had it coming. It's not legal, but through the golden rule or normal, civil, human, polite interaction, he had it coming. He's like, yep, every time. And he knows, and I know, yeah, well, that doesn't mean you get to punch him. Feels good and you're morally right, but you're going to end up in jail. So I'm telling you, do not punch people. Hell, if anything, avoid people. So as I get older and wiser, I'm like, oh yeah, I get it now. I understand why people don't go out anymore. But these fuckers, these privileged little know-nothing fuckers, these conformist obedient popularity pursuers, when they say you got a problem with anger, hatred, and rage, no, they're fucking wrong. They're fucking lying. And I got other reasons why I think they're lying about it. There's nothing wrong with you having a natural hate-filled reaction to a shitty situation. So one right there, fuck all you people. You should just be happy and cheerful. Just chill the fuck out. Let it go, man. And then someone was in the hospital waking up like a fifth person. I know. What happened? I don't know. It's crazy, right? Don't do that. You are right to have anger, hatred, rage, and a desire for revenge. Absolutely. But don't let any of these motherfuckers tell you you can't take that anger, hatred, and rage and turn it into fucking jet fuel to fuel your success. That's kind of what I did. It's exactly what I did. And you don't know about, success and revenge and progress. This is a marathon. It is a marathon. But yeah, I won't lie to you. Yeah. All these assholes I had to go to school with, you damn right it motivated me to go prove them wrong. All these assholes who thought they were better because mom and dad bought shit for them, or mommy and daddy paid for their college tuition, they got to party. Fuck. Working security, you get these drunk frat bros. Holy fucking shit. Calling us, my favorite, Station 19, look it up. It's an old bar that's closed down long ago. They would serve underage. And so every frat, it was right at the end of frat row. So every dipshit at the University of Minnesota would go there and drink. And whether you're underage drinking or not, didn't matter. All we do is security guards, we'd line up at the parking lot. We just take positions in the parking lot. We see someone that's a little too drunk, we'd report to the cops on the radio, like, yeah, this car, make a mile, and that's the license plate. The number of times, why? I got a question. Now that you dude frat bros are all like in your 40s and 50s, what was the point and purpose of fucking run a cop? What was the point of that? We're sitting there minding our own business. Is that like a thing? Explain to me in your 102 MBA laden IQ brain what the fuck the point of that was, to mouth off to the security guard who's got a direct line to the cops, who are, by the way, stationed at every paved road out of there. Wait, explain to me. Were you flexing, bro? These dipshits. And you're wondering, okay, who's more drunk? Probably the guy mouthing off to the security guard. And we say, yeah, this guy, make him out. Oh, and now we also know what you look like. Number DWIs issued those nights. Holy shit. Those assholes who thought they had the answer and the success and the key to life at 20, who never grew up, stayed in the perpetual middle school up to 40. You guys telling us not to be fucking angry. You guys with your fucking frat dues bought and paid for by Thaddeus McDicksuck III. And so since there's a lot of you younger people out there who are poor, who have short fuses, especially you millennials, I don't know, maybe there's not enough testosterone in the millennial generation to have anger, hatred, and rage. Ray's got it. Ray's there. Raymond's thoughts and minds. But for you younger people who are poor, from different disadvantaged groups and all that, let me end this canard, this lie, and explain to you why society, if they start finding out you're angry, they immediately got to get you to knock that off. Okay, there's a couple reasons, right? One, people don't like angry people. You make them uncomfortable and you make them afraid because you are likely more to commit violence and hurt them. That is true. You know what? You know whose problem that is? It's their fucking problem. Anger, hatred, rage, and a desire for revenge is normal and completely healthy when you have been fucked over or you're in a bad state. Absolutely 100% normal. And if that makes people uncomfortable, well, tough. You know what would have calmed me down? All these fucking girls I dated. Why do you work so much? Hey, how about you give me a sandwich? How about you take some of your dad's fucking money and go buy me some fucking food? Oh, by the way, I know this isn't necessary for sustaining life, but could we have sex sometime? Or are we going to do the cuddle bitch thing like we're in the 8th grade? We're doing the cuddle bitch thing? Fuck you. Why are you so angry, Cappy? There's so many people that should have woken up in a hospital. Like, what happened? Just a fear, just a tornado of Scandinavian, Jewish, Spaniard mass. Don't know what it was. It was a blur. I just saw a bunch of flags. Saw the Star of David, the brown kind of yellow red flag of Spain, and then what's Scandinavian? It's the peace flag. It's just a white flag for Scandinavia. It's just a white surrender flag. Because you guys are pussies. Because huh? Yeah. Hey, you're insulting us. I'm one of you, 60%, and I'm ashamed. I thought we were Irish. Like, at least we fought the British and drank. Anyway, they don't like people being angry. They want to calm you down. That doesn't solve your problem. It doesn't put food on the table. Doesn't get you laid. Doesn't make your life better. Okay, just calm down, calm down. Kind of saw that in American Beauty where Lester Burnham had enough. And everyone's like, oh my God, you're not doing the thing. Go back to being the obedient role you were in. Why are you acting up? So that's one reason you're going to get backlash. Doesn't mean you're not right. Doesn't mean you're not entitled. And doesn't mean you can't use anger, hatred, rage, revenge, and frustration and fury as fuel. All right. 2, they're not wrong. Angry, revengeful, rageful people are generally not good for the community unless you're fighting an evil, in which case, liberal white women can't wait to vote to tie your hands behind your back. No, Daniel Pennies. Oh, let the criminals go. We need someone to sleep with. All right. But generally having an angry, rageful person or group of people ain't good for society, or at least the community. It can be. Again, take its fuel. Challenge it to good. If society will let you. If society won't let you, like, well, society's going to have some problems. A lot of people, they don't want you getting your actual revenge because they're the ones that perpetrated upon you. Well, just, bygones be bygones, bro. Relax, bro. Chill out. I was just kidding. I was just joshing. Oh, the boomers, how they lied to you? We did the best we could with what you have a mental illness. You have anger issues. You have a mental illness. Because it's not us with our divorce and our fucking up the economy and not giving you jobs and, just buying up all the housing and shit. You have the problem. See, it's irrational for you to be pissed off because you can't afford to live. See, that's a mental issue. Media. Hey, why there's all illegal aliens in my country? Oh, you hate them. Not particularly, no. But now you're starting to piss me off even more. Shut up and pay more in housing costs and taxes. So they're once they find out you might come for them metaphorically or literally, like you found out the one person like, oh, hey, I was just kidding, bro. Just kidding. Which means I get to fuck you over, but you don't get to fuck me over in return. It was a joke. It was a joke. And then I guarantee you this is one of them. Deep down inside, they don't want you to succeed. There is a crabs in the bucket mentality that Americans seem to have. They don't want you. Nobody wants anybody else succeeding. I mean, which I never got. Like, Cappy, what would be your wish in the world? Well, as an economist, when I originally want to be one, it was like, everyone's a billionaire. We don't have to worry about money no more. That would have been my wish for everyone, except, bad people. But man, people hate it when you start succeeding. And what I think a lot of it is by the nature of why you're angry. You're angry because the real world is somehow either making it difficult or outright fucking you over. And that is a lot in part is just the nature of the economy. A lot of you were born to poverty and all that other stuff. That's not society's fault. But then when you step out, if you quote fail and you get punished, we got to punish you because you're stepping outside the bounds. You're not doing the popular thing. You're not conforming. It's not even in the short term. For the first half of your life, they're going to come after you and punish you because you're not doing the thing you're supposed to do. You're not being popular. You're not conforming. And that's how we measure success. It's not until you're damn near 35 and all of a sudden no one's going to give you any more student loans and you got to actually go into the real world. Do you realize you weren't irrationally angry or frustrated at the world around you or the treatment you got beforehand? It was 100% based and empirical and real. You had every right to be that angry and frustrated with it. Inevitably, though, you got to answer to the real world. And for those of you that step outside or were alienated or aggrieved upon or whatever, and you say, fuck this shit, I'm going to go do something else because more or less you've been ostracized from that community of conformist little popular bitches and bastards. Oh my God, look who starts to get success. You know, that guy I mentioned before, he did the good thing or the obedient thing, I should say. He also did some just a fucking literally out of nowhere dick. Just a fucking prick. And you can't, that might be popular. That might be cool in the middle school rules that govern adults until they're damn near 40. But after about 40, you know what? The debts start to run out. Your credit score goes down. You don't have a good, successful career because you've been playing the popularity game and not the real game. And then those of you who said, fuck this shit. And instead of committing crime or striking out, which would get you into legal trouble, you focused on some, hell, a lot of time. Another reason for my success, I couldn't get a fucking job that would pay for shit or stable. I had to go in entrepreneurship. I didn't want to be an entrepreneur, even though it's dumb and stupid. Teaching dance classes was the conduit by which that happened. I didn't write my first book because I'm going to become an author. I wanted to prove everyone in banking wrong, that they were the fucking lying scum villains of the earth, and I was the right guy. Not even a good guy, just I was right, and it turned out to be true. And that striking out, calling the entire system bullshit, taking your anger, frustration, rage, and creating something good, like a book that predicted the housing bubble, all of a sudden, that starts to adhere to the real world. That makes you stand out. And that ends up leading into success. And I almost want to, not almost, it is almost 100% true that the entrepreneurial success I have today is like as an author and internet, it's almost all been accident. Like I never set out to do it, right? The YouTube channel, it was just therapy. It just struck out on my own. And all of it was, you're all full of bullshit. You know, I got 8,800 videos now, according to the YouTubes. 8,757 of them are, the world is full of bullshit. Here we are. It's almost like if you don't conform, you're going to be forced to go out and wander in the desert, but you're going to find all these entrepreneurs in not conforming and being forced out and ostracized, you avoid the fate that all these normie conformities inferiors get. And over enough time, if you keep your nose clean, that's another thing. Don't get in trouble. All of a sudden, you start looking at people's social profiles like, what the fuck happened? Oh, that's right. That's right. You did the popular thing. You were the ones telling me to chill the fuck out. You're the ones that said I had a mental issue because I had so much anger and rage within me. But then I used it to go motorcycle riding, hit the gym, fucking hike more miles than you've driven a fucking car. And writing books. Cappy, how do you write books so quick? Because I hate writing. I want to get it done. Fueled by anger and rage. Oh, all of a sudden, we're on the other side of this. And then you look back. I mean, no kidding. Horse blinders, rage, anger. Like all of a sudden, it's just now you get above the clouds. You're like, whoa, wait, cruising speed, cruising altitude? Still taking time to adapt to it. Like life is kind of easy now all of a sudden. It's weird. Looking around, I'm like, oh. And you look down below, it's just a shit show. It's a fucking shit show with you normies down there. And what got me up here to cruising speed, cruising altitude, orbit around the earth, look down at you fucking vermin, is anger, hatred, and rage. Channeled, not thrown out all over the place and causing victims, channeled, working security, writing books, working security, putting together PowerPoint presentations. And those people, they start to smell that you're leaving the plantation and you might actually do better than them. And then they realize, oh shit, he or she is going to succeed and be better at life than us. Then they're like, well, that's anger. You shouldn't be so angry. You need therapy. You need to get on drugs to dope you and slow you the fuck down. No, man. Pure caffeine cigarette. I don't smoke cigarettes. Pure caffeine cigarettes, whiskey, and rage. And that's the fourth reason they're going to try and get you back and try to calm you down. Calm down. Be a good little bitch. Just take it up the ass. Just accept it. Forgive. Be a good Christian. Forgive. Never forgive, never forget. Now, here's the thing. The rage and the anger and the hatred will fuel you. The revenge, that might be a goal. But what is revenge? Well, revenge would be hunting down people, beating the crap out of them. Kind of illegal, going to go to jail. Now your life is over, all right? So we can't do that. But they're not wrong, man. A life well lived is the best revenge. It is. But now here's the added thing I can give you. Okay? There's the one thing I could give you beyond what the previous philosophers and observers and economists have said. A life well lived. What does that mean? It typically means money, like you're rich. And that is congruent with how you've been brainwashed and brainwashed in K through college and the media and all that, by following the cult and the religion of popularity, right? What is success? What the normie conformists inferiors say. They say that success is me having a fancy car and a big house and lots of money. Why would you adhere to the standards of the normies, conformies, and inferiors, the obedient, the little popularity bitches who are 42 years old with a shit ton of debt? Why would you take their standards and try to achieve them in terms of success? And I'm not saying don't be rich. I'm not saying like if you got the money, don't go get yourself a fancy car. But you see this. Someone that I cherish like my son I never had. He recently now had, and he's going to get rid of them, an addiction to these luxury, fancy sports cars like Lamborghinis and Ferraris. And now he's realizing they're pissing away money. Who was that popular for? For who was that a sign of success? You know who it's a sign of success for? Normies, conformies, and inferiors. The twitty bop or dibbly bop girls who don't know jack fucking shit, like, oh my God, yeah. Boats and hoes. Now, I can't tell you what success is going to be, which will, like a good life, which will lead to revenge. But I will tell you one thing, and at least what I think it's going to be, and it has to be in order for you to, it's whatever you want to do with your life. But the number one thing is to be fucking free and happy. See how happy I am right now? You want to be like me. So fucking happy right now. Be happy like me. Was it, come on, Toy Story and be happy. All right, be happy. It was the first one, wasn't it? Oh, aim for freedom and happiness. That might mean money, but it might not. If you aim for freedom and happiness, right? You're free. You get to do what you want with this finite life you got on the planet. And then you're going to be happy because you're doing what you want. I know a ton of rich people who got way more money than me. Holy fucking shit. You couldn't pay me to switch positions with them. Kind of another competitor, I would say. Not so much adversary, but a competitor. He's a multimillionaire and like, good for you. Bill Gates. You think I'd trade positions with Bill fucking Gates or Jeff Bezos? Fuck that shit. How much work? I gotta sit on some fucking board. I gotta go fly around. I gotta deal with people. No way, man. No way. And when you take away the traditional normie, conforming, inferior standards of success, which is money and things and boats and hoes and cars, bro, it gets so much easier. So much easier. And this is why, among other things, I promote self-employment, the micro FU fund, getting out from under the thumb of employers, having an incredibly valuable and good degree. You do not have the time to sit and negotiate with fucking MBAs and HR Karens about common sense things like, well, we heard that you snubbed somebody in the call. What do you mean I snubbed somebody? What the fuck are you talking about? That's not your life. You don't deal with that shit. You're above that. You're in orbit. And so, one, it is not wrong and not your fault. And there's nothing wrong with being angry, hate-filled, rageful, and desirous of revenge. Nothing wrong with it. And I don't care what the fucking normies, conformists, inferiors say, you absolutely can and should use it to achieve success in whatever capacity that might be. I recommend freedom and happiness. And then when you are living free and happy and you go and you see on the internet, oh, we got some medical issue, got some problems. And it's your former fucking, or probably your current enemy, just, you won. You won. Because popular isn't right. And inevitably, the 85% of the people figure that out over a long enough time. They're poor, they're fat. They got financial troubles, they get divorced, whatever. Their kids grow up on a steady diet of woke politics and hate them. Oh my God, they raised our taxes in Minneapolis. They don't know what to do. There's your revenge. And the asset that comes with it is, inevitably things cool down. You use your anger and rage and hate to get to a better point in life. And then things get stable. And of course, most of the reason you had a short fuse was because probably you didn't have enough money. With a very close second of every fucking lying piece of shit telling you there's something wrong with you because they're afraid you might lash out or become successful or actually seek revenge. And then they might realize, oh shit, I fucked up my life and this guy's been right all along. And so, since there obviously is a surplus of, all young, not all young kids, but most young kids, and by kids, I mean adults, you start off poor. That's generally when you're divorced, until you get divorced. You start off poor, right? Everyone does. It's pretty bad now. All those Democrat policies. Yes, it was Democrat policies that caused it, generally. Yeah, you got short fuses. You're angry. You have hate. You have rage. Especially you starting to realize on the internet you've been lied to more and more. I can't believe what it'd be like to be the millennials, though. You're 40 and you finally realize, oh, they hoodwinked us. And you still vote for the people that hoodwinked you. How much socialist dick can I suck? Because you said the solution is more free money and me not working. Okay. They should be furious. They're not. Low T again. But yeah, for you younger guys, it's hard. Yes, no matter how much you love to punch them in their face, do not punch anyone in their face. And go ahead and just take the time and focus. Join the military, work security at night, double dip, get a really good degree, take all that anger, hatred, and rage, and don't worry about what you're missing out on now. Oh no, you might miss out the loud, obnoxious party, bro, with the girl who can't count to 7. Oh boy, let's go on Access Vegas some more. I kid. Not about the women though. You focus. Don't listen to these people. And there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's perfectly normal day. I'll get clients occasionally like, I'm overweight. I can't find a job. My parents got divorced. I can't find any girls. I think I'm depressed. What's wrong with me? I'm like, you should be depressed. That's normal. I've said a million times before, if you're happy about that situation, then you got a problem. But if you're depressed, that would be the normal response to a sucky life, is to be depressed. Or in many of your cases, anger, hatred, and rage. So for the love of God, do not listen to these conformies. Do not listen to the normies. Do not listen to these people. Get back in your box. Get back in your box. No, fuck you. You stay in your box. You go do your fuck. Go look, be the third generation to get Land Rovers and think you're popular at 42. Go do it. We're going to do something else. We're going to go out and strike out on our own. And hopefully you'll go through life with less. You're going to still have anger, hatred, and rage, but maybe less, certainly no confusion. And if you channel it, I'm not saying you're going to become billionaires, but all of a sudden, like, yeah, I sometimes it's out of necessity. That entrepreneurship is a lot of time you're just forced to be an entrepreneur. It's like a forced fortune upon you. Here, you got to do this thing. Otherwise, you're not going to survive. But I don't want to do this thing. Shut up. Do it now. Oh, shit. This thing works out real good. Okay. Wow, you mean it worked better than trying to be some dick sucker over at corporate America who's like $80,000 in debt for his MBA at the Carlson School of Management? Wow, you mean the kid who struck out on his own at 15 to mow yards and hired some other people and kept the maintenance and repair of his lawnmower equipment and has a nice little business, is making $100,000 at 20 years old? I mean, that kid's doing better and happier than somebody with an MBA? Who would have fucking thought? But I bet you when he was mowing yards at 15 years old, everybody was like, oh, you're not going to the party, bro? What are you doing? Working so much. Why are you working so much, man? Said the future truck stop dick sucking prostitute. I'm happy. I'm very happy. Very fucking happy. Link below for those of you who want to have this anger, hatred, and rage be as painless as possible to expedite your process towards whatever it is your success and freedom might be. I have several resources. One, Bachelor Pad Economics, and you get your financial shit together. Dude, almost always, anytime you're under 30, if the question is, should I work an extra shift or go party, just go work an extra shift. Second, Achieving Financial Excellence. That is to deprogram you from what you think you want. I just went hiking with this kid, 27 years old. He wants to get into cars. He wanted me to put him in contact with my son that I had from another mother. I'm like, okay, man, but this is kind of stupid. Achieving Financial Excellence shows you what's really important in life in terms of economics, living life, and all that other stuff. It basically deprograms you of materialism. Not fully. That's where I have my minimalism course. I don't have that open because I'm lazy. In the meantime, take the sister companion course called Achieving Financial Excellence. That's on Teachable. To be more expeditious, if you want to get out from underneath, you want to be as free as quickly as possible, there are many ways you can do it. You can go work for the railroads. Well, I was going to say join the military, but it's kind of the opposite of freedom because they're like, you're their bitch, but you're not answering to corporate America. But there's a lot of benefits that come with it. Going into the trade so you can become self-employed as quickly as possible. However, if none of that appeals to you, we recommend you look into accounting. So me and Chad put together a course titled The World's Greatest Accounting Career, which among other traditional paths of traditional employment, we paint a path and a roadmap to what you might be interested in, which is remote and self-employment. You will have to spend time working for other people. You do need experience, but it's one of the more quicker get to a remote work, self-employed, don't answer no baby boomer boss type of. Chad's a perfect example that Chad could make probably twice or three times the amount of money he wanted if he'd work. He doesn't. He's got enough. He's got freedom. Guy works about 5 months a year, full-time. A little bit more than full-time, especially during busy season. And then he just fucks off for the remaining 7-8 months. You think, and that poor kid went through a fucking nightmare of hell with the popular bitches and all that other stuff. Do you think Chad Elkins right now gives a flying fuck what all the assholes back in his childhood said and did and all that? He just looks all his ex-girlfriends like, oh, it must suck to be you. And it does suck to be them because he keeps me updated about their lives. Like, wow, that fucking sucks. So that's the world's greatest accounting career. That's on Teachable as well. I have that link below. How not to become a millennial. The same people who lied to the millennials are alive today, and they're lying to you, and they're telling you the exact same lie, plus cut your junk off because it'll make you popular. In order to achieve financial freedom in general, contentment, and peace, You cannot take the advice of people who lied to you in previous generations that results in the millennials. Otherwise, surprise, you're going to have the success of the millennials, which is a 40-year-old facing down menopause, kids maybe with not all their chromosomes if you're going to rush it, student loan debt for a worthless degree, and an AIDS-like immune deficiency in your mind where you cannot think empirically because all solutions must come from government, socialism, and the Democrat Party. Where they still believe, do you millennials, in the Nicene Creed of the millennials, do you still say that fat women are hot and that men can make babies? Is that still part of your Nicene Creed for the millennials? I was wondering. I don't know what the Council of Nicaea came up for the millennial creed, but do you still believe that? Anyway, if you'd like to not have that fucking hell, please learn about the lies the millennials were told. And to avoid the mistakes that they were hoodwinked into making, I will admit that. So you're not a 40-year-old with student loan debt and a journalism degree, and your solution is wait around and vote for more of other people's money. Maybe you can afford a house. Maybe you're a tradesman who can build your own house. Maybe you're a hot wife and you found a wealthy man who could just take care of you, or stay-at-home mom, and then you could raise your kids and maybe, I don't know, be happy. Be happy. All right. Be happy. What was it? I got to watch that one again. Be happy. Be happy. It was Slink, wasn't it? Woody was telling Slink to be happy. What, am I wrong on that? And then finally, this book right here, Zero World Problems, New Standards of Living in the Post-Materialist Economy. This basically goes into standards of living that, first world problems, like why not aim for zero world problems? All first world problems are based on money. And so what this does is says, what are some things you can do that don't involve money that will drastically increase your standards of living? And here's a list of all of it. This is a to-do list. You can rip those pages out and put it up on your refrigerator. No joke, about 4 years, almost full-time work to go through that entire list. But if you go through and do those things, your standards of living are going to drastically improve. And I mean, there's some things like, one of them is like improving your home. So this presupposes you have a home. So admittedly, not all of this is going to be in there. But there's a lot of things in here that you can do to drastically improve your standards. I mean, the chapter on sleep alone, stop worrying what other people tell you is great and wonderful in life, and actually go pursue things that will achieve things that are great and wonderful in life. Oh, gee, I can't wait to go another lounge. Dude, I was at a cigar lounge last night, and new one. I just wanted to check it out, and it was fine. And they have the gals dressed skimpily in this one. Here's this tiggle-bitted Asian gal. She had her cute little buttocks with the scoopy, skinny thing on the backside. And I mean, yeah, it's nice to look at, and everyone was very loud. It was very loud, and I couldn't even finish my cigar. I'm like, yeah, you know what? This is too loud for me. I'm gonna leave. And I went home and played Red Dead Redemption. All right, those type of standards of living. Zero world problem. That's linked below, and I think that's it. Let's go to the super chats. Lou Aram, $5. Everyone thinks I'm rich. The only difference is I live under my means. Math is hard, dude. I'm not wealthy either. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm wealthy enough for my standards, right? Like, must be nice. I'm like, if you didn't have your fucking truck payment, it would be, you'd have the same thing. I don't make shit tons of money. I just spent less than I made, and I did without for the longest time. It's weird. It's like this rich, not rich zone where you spend less than you make. You might as well be rich because you get to do what you want. You don't worry about money because you're not like, oh my God, I got to spend. I got to have the consumption. And people look at me, a good old Modern Life Johnny makes fun, like, oh yeah, this is a Goodwill shirt. It is. This is my Walmart hat I bought like 4 years ago. It's bleaching out. I think I paid $8 for it. Everyone, the normies, man. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, was that your car? No one says that anymore now. Now that I post, like, I wonder why I go out like this on my pictures of this glorious hiking behind me. Oh yeah, like maybe not 90%, like 60%. Yeah, everyone go fuck themselves. I'm right, you're wrong. That's basically it. If you captured every one of those, I was right, you were wrong. That's basically it. And they think I think they know I'm not super wealthy. They just know I'm frugal. Must be nice. I'm like, if you just got rid of your McMansion, if you just did that, man. Oh, you didn't. You didn't live in basements for fucking 20 years. You didn't do that. You went with downtown, and I had my flat, and I got to pay $8,000 a month, but it was totally worth it. YOLO, YOLO, YOLO. Hey, 42-year-olds, how's that whole YOLO thing working out for you? You did live once. It was back in your 20s when you imagined you were an intellectual on a college campus. And now the remaining 60 years is suck. Squishy plums, $5. Success is good revenge. It is. It is. There's nothing better than I told you so. There's nothing better than that. There really isn't. Bob, $2. That why society promote MLK instead of Malcolm X. You're not wrong. Malcolm X was take initiative. Quit bitching and whining. Malcolm X was playing guitar. MLK was playing a violin because he was whiny. Drew, $5. The hatred for the public school system for, oh God, don't even get me. Yes, right there. You wonder why I hate teachers? Because they stole my childhood. They did. Or horrible people. The hatred for the public school system for what they did to me is what drives me. School shrink said I'd never live on my own and told my folks that. Yep. I didn't have the school shrinks didn't tell my parents that or anything. We didn't have school shrink. We had a counselor. The fact I had to go through that fucking nightmare just to keep you teachers employed. And you didn't teach us jack fucking fuck you. Drew, $2, 2 master's degree, debt-free, and a great life. Yep. My favorite is the English teachers. I looked up, tried to find as many Englishes. A lot of them are dead, of course. Not a single one of them wrote anything. All you English majors and you English teachers, and you haven't wrote a single fucking book. Hang on. Let me look up one guy. He was the cool teacher. No. In the midst of some major health issues. Hang on. Okay, I got his first name. Did you write anything? Did you write anything? Okay. I'm just seeing if you wrote. Because this guy was all about English. You didn't write anything, huh? All that fucking writing. You didn't write anything yourself. You just died a teacher. He wasn't a bad guy. I'm just like, of all the people I thought would have written something, he would have been it. He would have been it. And nothing, huh? Yep, those when never mind. Two master. No lie, Cappy. I have not had a Crohn's flare up since I found your channel. 2 clean colonoscopies in a row. Sanity is priceless. Thank you. Well, I'm happy for that. I'm happy for you. But really, you think I'm the reason your Crohn's didn't flare up? I'm no expert on Crohn's. 2 clean colonoscopies in a row. Good. I'm glad that happened, and hopefully, in some way, this channel contributed towards it. Unlike all the teachers, I actually did some good in the real world. Oh, what is it like being teachers and knowing my asshole ass does better to help out? I've gotten some thank you emails about, hey, you saved my life, you helped me major in the right thing. Look at this. We're going to clean colonoscopies. I'd love to see a single teacher in the United States do that one. Drew, $2. Pretty sure my high school valedictorian is a failure. Yeah, I don't know. I did start looking up some well, it was a while ago, and it's weird. You can't find people. Felt like, oh, this guy, and no hate against some of these people. Like, well, yeah, that guy was a pretty cool guy. He was really smart, got good grades, and very good athlete. Well, I can't find anything. I'm like, so, and then that makes me wonder, is it kind of like the Tiger Asian mom where they drive? There were some kids that were just driven so much by their parents that the kids burnt out in high school or college. And just when they got to college, they could finally just, I don't know, be a normal kid and smoke some pot and get drunk. And then they never, like, that was, in other words, they had the potential, but maybe they were pushed too hard at home that then it never materialized. But maybe they're happier. You know what I'm saying? Drew, $2. Lots of money. Playa. See, and that's the important part of Tropic Thunder. What's more important? Having a good friend like Matthew McConaughey get you your TiVo, or someone who would sell out to Les Grossman for a G5 airplane and some money. Lots of money. One of the best movies ever. Leonardo Navarro, $10. Hello, Cappy. Where are any of the old boomer bankers from your younger days? Were any of the I'm gonna say no. Look, I'll be perfectly honest. I never take the last name Cohen unless you know it's Jewish. Stein. Well, that could be German. Maybe it didn't dawn on me. They were all white. I'll tell you that. And they were all middle-aged. They were all boomers. And it doesn't matter. I mean, and I had a couple female bankers as well. Truly, it doesn't matter what their lineage was or anything. These were bad people who were lazy, who didn't want to work, and wanted to approve all the loans so they get their commission. That's it. I know maybe I hold a harder line than most people, but I don't give a fuck who you are, how you were born, I should say. What are your actions? And I don't think so. I think it was pretty much, I didn't poll them either. But it doesn't matter. They're criminals. That's it. Drew, $2. The happiest guy I've ever met was a garbage man. Yeah. Do you actually think Bill Gates and what's his name, who got divorced, do you think those guys are happy? Dude, I'm so much happier out hiking and doing the thing and the stuff. And I am so thankful I get to have coffee in the morning, not to wake up and drive through fucking snow. And that's kind of where these normies start to play a positive role in your life. You look at, they're like, oh yeah, that's right. You gotta commute. Oh yeah, that's right. Your property taxes went up because you voted Democrats to have your property. Oh yeah, that's right. Your kid majored in this, and now you had a cosign and a Parent Plus Pell loan or whatever. Oh, that's right. You're raising your grandchild because you didn't raise your daughter right, and she just went out and got Prager's. You start to see the normal people have the normal results, which is basically debt and living paycheck to paycheck and financial strife and sometimes poverty and misery. Oh, mental misery. And you're like, God damn, man, I am so thankful. I am. Today I woke up at 8:30, which is pretty late for me. And I just sat there with my coffee and I'm just like, I don't have to get up. I can just enjoy this cup of coffee for 5 extra minutes before I go yell at the internet and hit the gym and do all this. I get to hit the fucking gym. You know, like I'm in some of the best shape of my life. You know why? Because I have the fucking time to hit the gym now. Yeah, it must be real easy to be 20 years old. Mom and dad pay for fucking everything. You could go to the gym. Meanwhile, I got to patrol fucking 15 miles without food. Yeah, no wonder I'm 118 pounds. Yeah, if you give me food, clothing, and shelter and some free time, I guess I could get pretty jacked too. Drew, $2. Women love dangerous sanctuary cities. They do. They vote for them all the time. You women must be real happy with all the dangerous sanctuary cities you have. Thank God Daniel Penny was almost arrested. Drew, $2. What's your most horrific cheap motel experience? I don't think I had any. I mean, I've been to cheap motels, but nothing. I didn't get no bed bugs and no crime. I guess the worst was up by Nellis Air Force Base in Vegas here. And I was brand new to Vegas. I just got the cheapest hotel. And the north side of Vegas, basically from north, the highway runs across from the strip, or the old strip, Fremont Street. Then there's the highway. And north of that, all the way to the Air Force Base, is just shit. It's one of the rare places a Walmart closed down. And so the hotel was up closer to the Air Force Base, and it was trash. Their office, I think, had a car that drove through it. So they had just a laptop and a computer, and they took my credit card, and nothing bad happened. But I guess that was the worst, because I guess maybe they could have made off with my credit information, but they didn't. I think they're just a bunch of blue collar workers trying to make things work. Kind of a shady part of town, but nothing. No real bad experiences. Gio Gonzalez, $5. The best writer I personally knew was a middle-aged woman who was a tax preparer and wrote on her own time, became a New York Times bestseller. Good for her. You know why she was probably a really good writer? Because she was a normal person with a normal job. She wasn't one of these Hollywood writers who went to school for creative writing, had no real-world experiences, never suffered, had a privileged lifestyle. Like, oh my God, I'm going to write about the patriarchy. The gal probably wanted to write about something interesting and unique that wasn't accounting, because that was her escape. Why didn't you list her name? Why can't we promote her book? Rolling Rumblewood, $2. Just heard Men in Sheds got slammed by the ladies. Men in Sheds? Who's Men in Sheds? Rolling Rumblewood, again, $2. Cappy, you got an EMP box? Just heard of it. No, but now you always adding things to the to-do list, right? I'll never be free of that to-do list. I gotta find a catastrophic health insurance plan, and now I gotta get an EMP box. That sounds responsible. That sounds like something I'd spend money on. I kind of already know what it is, if the implication is correct. Rolling Rumblewood, $2. The podcast won't make itself. Am I right? No, the podcast won't make itself. This is a hard fucking job, damn it. I was sitting there at the gym and I thought of that guy. I'm like, hey, and then I had to, do you know what I had? I had to break out that phone over there and put some notes down so I wouldn't forget. And then I had to drive back, and then I had to turn this on button, and I had to move this mouse, and then I had to yell. You guys don't know how hard my life is. I just get a kick out of people. This is real work. Like, this is not real work. I mean, yeah, it takes time. And yes, there's some effort, but this is not working on an oil rig, okay? This isn't even working in an office. I think the only job I had easier than this was a security guard, where you are literally paid to sit. The one time they said, sit here and don't leave. Wait, you don't want me to do any patrols? Nope, just sit here. That was about the easiest job I've ever had. Sit here. Okay. You can go to the bathroom, you can get some, but stay here. I'm like, all right. I'll sit right here for long periods of time. Drew, $2. What's your opinion on CCW insurance? I don't have one, actually. I guess it's better than nothing. I don't know. That might be a way. You guys are adding shit to my to-do list. When you're a minimalist, but you have savings, like I've already contributed to my SEP IRA plan, and the money kind of adds, you're like, oh, you. Because I don't want shit, right? I don't want any stuff. I don't want stuff. My house is optimized with the amount of stuff. And then you're like, well, I got to spend the money on something. And so you become very Ward Cleavery. All right, CCW insurance. That might be an idea. Okay, that's it. All the link to my stuff below. I'll see you guys later, Toodles.